Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you an easy, fun, and delicious meal that you can make with your children. I like to call it a pull-apart dinner. The best thing about this recipe is it is completely customizable based on the taste of your children and your family. Here are the things that you need no matter what. A container of biscuits. I like to use Grand biscuits. You can use any brand, any size. A muffin tin. Something to grease the muffin tins with. You can choose to use a spray, butter, some type of oil. You need knives, a butter knife for your children, a sharper knife for you, and something that you can mix the ingredients in. It's easy for cleanup just to choose some small plastic bags or large plastic bags if your whole family is going to be eating the same type of pull-apart meal. Or you can use the small plastic bags if you're going to do a couple of different ones. Here are some ideas for some things to put in your pull-apart meals. When it comes to vegetables, talk to your kids about things that they would be interested in trying. I put out broccoli, mushrooms, all different types of colorful peppers, tomatoes, and onion. You can also choose to add cheese. Cheddar or Parmesan or mozzarella are some good ideas. You may want to choose some protein. Chicken, deli meat like pepperoni, or any other meats that your family prefer. Now, let's talk about the recipe and some things that your kids can do to help you out. First of all, have everyone wash their hands. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Now, wash and dry your produce. This is something that your kids will likely gladly help you out with. Then you can cut some of your produce into strips. I've cut the peppers into strips. I've taken some time to break down the broccoli. And the mushrooms I've washed and left whole. As for the tomatoes and onions, I've broken these down all the way into their finished product. All of your pieces, when you're done cutting them, should be pretty small. Now you can put your sharp knife away and turn to a butter knife so that your kids can join you in some chopping. Once the peppers are cut into strips, it's pretty easy to practice holding the knife and cutting them into small 1/4-inch pieces. Once the peppers are in strips, they're pretty easy to cut with a knife. Mushrooms are also pretty easy to cut with a butter knife. Keep breaking them down into roughly 1/4-inch pieces. The broccoli requires a little bit more muscle, but it can still be cut with a butter knife. Once the vegetables are chopped, it's a great time to set out some bowls and encourage some sorting. Obviously, this is not a necessary step, but it's another fun way that your kids can support you in making this meal. Don't be surprised if a few vegetables go missing in this step. Fresh broccoli. Okay, we've prepped some more ingredients in some kid-friendly ways. I've I've cut some pre-cooked chicken breast into strips, and I'm going to be able to easily cut it with a knife, a butter knife. Same thing with some cheddar cheese, or any kind of cheese. Cut it into some strips, cut it with a butter knife. You could also explore breaking it into chunks. Now this is a fun idea. I've taken a pair of kids' scissors and I've sanitized them, washing them carefully in hot water with soap. You can take some pepperoni or other deli meats and use your scissors to cut them into small pieces. Okay, all of my ingredients are cut and sorted. I've cleaned the cutting board and it's time to finish prepping our last ingredient, the biscuits. You, the grown-up, take some time to get the biscuits out of the can. There can be some sharp edges here. Get them prepped on your cutting board, ready to go. You're going to separate the biscuits into the individual biscuits. Then your child can take their scissors that have been cleaned since cutting the last ingredient, and they're going to cut the biscuits into 4 pieces. Good time to work on counting, talking about fractions. Once the biscuits are cut into 4 pieces, you're going to roll them into little balls. Make a connection to how this is kind of like working with Play-Doh. All your ingredients are prepped and it's time to start assembling your pull-apart meals. Each one of the little muffin tins is going to have 4 biscuits in it. So at minimum, your bag is going to have 4 little biscuit balls in it. I'm going to start by showing you the first recipe for this that I ever learned. I put 4 biscuits in there, a shake of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of red onion, a little bit of pepper, I'm going to close it. I'm going to mix everything together, making sure everything gets coated. Then I'm going to dump the ingredients into the tin, arrange it. That's your first pull-apart meal. Okay, so I did some additional flavor combinations to get you inspired. This one is veggies and mushroom. This one is broccoli cheddar. This one I'm calling chicken parmesan. It has chicken and cheese and tomatoes in it. This one I'm calling pepperoni pizza. It has pepperoni and tomatoes and mozzarella cheese. This is a barbecue chicken. It has chicken and barbecue sauce and cheddar and onions. This one is all veggies and cheese. And this is just a plain one. Time to go into the oven for about 10 minutes. Remember, you've set your oven to 375. We're gonna put them in for 10 minutes and then check them. You might have to go a little bit longer, 12 minutes, 13. Keep an eye on them, take them out when they're browned on the top. Okay, so they were in for about 12 or 13 minutes actually. Let me show you why they're called a pull-apart meal. So you're gonna use a rubber spatula, go in, take one out, pull it apart, eat it bite by bite. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you enjoy this meal. Let me know what flavor combinations you try and what flavor combinations you like best. Have a great dinner.